Hello. Hello. Good evening. I have been thinking about our our ability to welcome what is good for us. And I was reading a little bit of Marianne Williamson, and she wrote this really great book called A Return to Love. It's a classic, and it's wonderful. And there is this paragraph on page 36 in A Return to Love. And the paragraph says that the ego is like a gravitational force field built up over eons of fearful thinking, which draws us away from the love in our hearts. Mental power turned against ourselves. It is clever like we are, and smooth talking like we are, and manipulative like we are. Remember all the talk about a silver tongued devil? The ego doesn't come up to us and say, "Hi, I'm your self loathing." It's not stupid because we're not. Rather, it says things like, "Hi, I'm your adult, mature, rational self. I will help you to look out for number one." Then it proceeds to counsel us to look out for ourselves at the expense of others. It teaches us selfishness, greed, judgment, and small mindedness. But remember, there's only one of us here. What we give to others, we give to ourselves. What we give to others, we give to ourselves. What we withhold from others, we withhold from ourselves. In any moment when we choose fear instead of love, we deny ourselves the experience of paradise. To the extent that we abandon love, to that extent we will feel it has abandoned us. And so I just thought it was such an interesting thing. What we give to others, we give to ourselves. And in any moment, if we choose fear instead of love, we deny ourselves the experience of paradise. And so I was thinking about, like, what are the things that we give to ourselves, and what are the things that we do, and and how do we interact with the world, and how do we interact with each other, and and do we withhold the love? Because when we withhold the love, we withhold it from ourselves. When we are not. I have to, my computer is kind of like in a kind of an interesting place. I'm just like moving it. Uh, so what is it that I am putting into my mind? What am I putting into my heart? What am I putting into my life? What am I? And so I'm just wondering about what is worth watching, what is worth noticing, and what is worth welcoming. What is worth watching, what is worth welcoming, and what is worth noticing. And so as I'm thinking about what is worth noticing, uh, I was um, I was at the grocery store this evening, and I was talking to this gentleman, and he was taught the cashier, and he was talking about when he goes to work. When he comes to work, he comes by the water. There's a little place where he can go by the water, and so he chooses to go by the water. Like, there's a million different ways he could go, but he chooses to go by the water because that is going to be most nourishing and nurturing for him. And then after he gets off work, he looks at the view. There's like a view off of a really beautiful view he can look at from a really beautiful kind of little place off the main road, and he can stop there and look at the view and look at the city lights. And so I just think it's interesting that he just like makes those pauses before his work and then after his work. And I think that's a really sweet way to say, oh, what I want to put in my mind or in my heart is, this beautiful view. I want to put into my mind or my heart the view of the water or the spirit of the water. So I would just wonder, what is worth watching and noticing and welcoming, and what is it that we want to put into our minds and our bodies and our spirits? What do I want in my body, my mind, and my spirit? Who? Who do I want in my body and in my mind and in my spirit? Because that's like a big deal. That is a big deal to take something into our psyche, to take something into our body, to take something into our spirit. And so, it's important that we're paying attention and that we're acknowledging what it is that we're taking in and what we're welcoming. And how can I choose based on the awareness that I am welcoming something that's going to change me? Because anything that comes into our body changes us, and it changes the makeup of us. I remember Angelus used to say, we are really essentially the makeup of the 5 people we spend the most time with. And so we want to think about, wow, if I'm made up of the 5 people I spend the most time with, I really want to be conscious of who those people are and how those people are. And hopefully a couple of them can be children, because you always want to be like our our childlike self always needs to be engaged with our adult life, so that we can play and remember to have fun and kind of step away from that ego that Marianne was talking about in her book, where we are really recognizing that what I say to myself, I'm saying to others. So anything like the unconscious, in some research they've done, they've recognized, oh, the unconscious doesn't know the difference between what we're saying to someone else and what we're saying to ourselves. So we really want to be conscious, and I work on this all the time. Like, we really want to be conscious of what we're saying, because it is something that we are saying, like we are hearing it as though we are speaking to ourselves. And so, what am I saying about others? What am I saying to others? Am I able to really be aware that, oh, this is something, if I say this about someone, I'm really saying it about me. So how can we pay attention to that and kind of press pause? And if we make a mistake, which we're definitely going to do, because we're people and all humans make mistakes and all mistakes are forgivable. All people make mistakes and also mistakes are forgivable. How can we go back and course correct or make a correction? How is it that we can correct when we make a mistake, or apologize when we make a mistake, or, just show up to that place where, we're able to make ourselves humble to our own learning. Like, how can we be humble to our own learning? And so there's this beautiful Inuit song. There's a beautiful Inuit song, and I wanted to share it with you. I will read it. But it says, I think over again my small adventures, my fears, those small ones that seemed so big, for all the vital things I had to get and to reach. And yet there's only one great thing, the only thing, to live, to see the great day that dawns and the light that fills the world. The great day that dawns and the light that fills the world. So what is it that is filling my world? What is it that is worth inviting into my day? Not the things I'm going to get, not the small ones that seem so big, the vital things to reach, but really, what is true that I want to have fill my heart and my mind and my spirit? What is it that I really want to hold on to? And the closing, I was thinking about the closing, and what is it that we want to hold on to? What is it that I want to hold on to at this time? And I was thinking about this saying that was released from an ancient tradition, and they said it would be really wonderful if everyone could say this. And it's been attributed to a lot of people, but I believe that it was a blessing that was received from an ancient tradition. So here it says it's by Nancy Wood. So I don't really know, but if anybody knows, I would love it. So please let me know what you discover, and you can put it in the comments below. But the first line is, hold on to what is good. Hold on to what is good. Hold on to what is good, even if it is a handful of earth. Hold on to what is good, even if it is a handful of earth. Hold on to what you believe, even if it is a tree which stands by itself. Hold on to what you must do, even if it is a long way from here. And hold on to life, even when it is easier to let go. Hold on to my hand, even when I have gone away from you. Hold on to my hand, even when I have gone away from you. Hold on to what is good, even if it is a handful of earth. Hold on to what is good, even if it is a handful of earth. Hold on to what you believe, even if it is a tree which stands by itself. Hold on to what you must do, even if it is a long way from here. Hold on to life, even when it is easier to let go. And hold on to my hand, even when I have gone away from you, even when I have gone away from you. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you next Tuesday.